Let's learn how to create motion graphics just like this in 5 minutes. How to motion, take 1. Alright, we got a quick and easy one today, man. How to motion. If you saw my last video, we're going to be using Higgsfield AI once again, and as simply as possible. If you do not know what Higgsfield is, basically is a bunch of tools that are put together in one website for video generation and image generation. Simple as that. Now, once you are in Higgsfield and you do have an account set up, we're going to head over to a tool called Vibe Motion, and what this is going to do is create easy motion graphics for us. And the reason I say easy is because if you've ever done any type of video editing and you've wanted to get into motion graphics, you know you have to learn a whole new program in Adobe After Effects or whatever it is, and those things cost a lot of time. They could cost extra money. If you want to get these type of things done through actual animators and stuff, also costs money, also costs turnaround time. That's why this is so key, and it's why I wanted to show you guys. If you're low on capital, you don't have money to pay people to do this, or you don't want to learn how to do it yourself, this is easily the best way to do it. I do this for my workflow. I'm going to do a live workflow in the end of this video, so just stick through and we'll show you exactly how this is done the right way. Now, I kind of just said this, but the best part is no After Effects is needed. And so what this means is the entry barrier is very low. So no matter what your skill level is, you are able to do this. So you don't need to know any of the skills. You don't need to know anything. All you need to know is what I'm showing you right now. Okay, now with the basics out the way, let's get into the recipe. Okay, so first step, open Vibe Motion, and you're going to pick a preset. Now, this is what the Vibe Motion looks like, and keep in mind this is still in beta mode, so it's still very early. But when I say pick preset, you're going to pick one of these between infographics, text animation, posters, or presentation. Now, there are 2 ways you could go about doing this. You could go the way we are going in this video, which is working actually inside of Higgsfield and inside of the Vibe Motion tool. Or if you look at the previous video I put on my channel, this the only video on my channel, is a new channel. If you look at that video, we connected what is called Higgsfield MCP to Claude. Now, you could do it that way as well. If you do it that way, you may or may not spend less credits, and you may or may not have more control. When I say may or may not, I mean you're going to have more control and spend less credits. So check out that video. It is very useful if we're going to be using Higgsfield, and if you use Claude together, they're just much better. But for today's example, we're going to keep it in Higgsfield, and I'm going to show you how I work in here. Now, after you picked your preset, you want to go ahead and cook up your prompt. I have done the extra step here for you guys, and I've created a prompt guide on how I actually like to work. My green screen is going crazy, just ignore that. It is going to be public for you to view, so if you want to view that and actually use the prompts how I do it, run it. Now, because we just covered the prompt in the Google Doc and not have to touch that in this video, we just saved about 5 minutes of time, which leads us to the next and should be final step if this is all done properly, which is actually generating the clip. Now, if you didn't do it right on the first go, that's perfectly fine. That just means there's one extra step of having to review and regenerate if needed. And as I already said just a moment ago, the prompt, which is the actual sauce here, is going to be in a Google Doc in the description, so make sure you don't miss out on that. Okay, I basically told you how to do it. Now let me very quickly show you exactly how it's done. Okay guys, so we have loaded up a Claude chat. I'm going to be very simple here. You can see this very basic language, nothing crazy. If I just put this into Higgsfield, would I be able to get the actual outcome I wanted? Probably, but I'd have to do more work to get there. It's like a cake, right? If we have a good dough, the cake will come out better. It's the base. So we're cooking here, okay? So keep that in mind. We're cooking here. If we mess up and we crack the eggs wrong, there's going to be eggshells in our mouth later. We don't want eggshells. We just want the cake, okay? We just want the cake. So you guys can just see how simple this prompt is.
Using my prompt template for how to create a motion graphic, cook me up a prompt for Higgsfield graphic that shows the words how to create motion graphics, then a subtext of for beginners underneath.
Okay, so I ran it, but I stopped it. I realized I didn't cover something that I probably should have. So going over back to Higgsfield, there's obviously these different options. Literally just screenshot it, and then that way your Claude can have more context, and then say from screenshot here, and then you could just say what kind of style you want. For the style, I'm going to say text animation. Okay, so after just a minute, we got the prompt going, and it is now generating in Higgsfield. Now, this is a clip that I put at the beginning of the video, so there's no need for me to wait for this to finish generating because you guys already saw it. So that being said, if you guys did learn anything or did enjoy, be sure to drop a like, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.